Welcome back. We are going to continue from where we stopped last time about what is Java architecture. So let's get into our presentation, starting by the Java architecture itself. Java architecture is a collection of components. For example, they are start with Java Virtual Machine. JVM is a software sitting on the top of the operation system which you are using. It will convert the bytecode to the specific operation system machine language which you are using, like if you are using Windows, Apple, or Linux, for example. After that, we are going to check how the workflow between this application and the JVM. You have your Java application is here. Then you have the Java Virtual Machine and the operating system. You got Java application, you send it into the Java Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine will load this application. Depends on the operation system which running, Virtual Machine will start like displaying the content of that application to you or to do specific operation which already this application needed for. Java has a very important concept, it's called WROA, which means write once, run anywhere. The power of this concept is you are as a developer, it doesn't make difference how, where, in which operation system you are writing your code. You will produce a middle layer code, we call it bytecode, it's a portable. Then for each operation system, there is specific Java virtual machine. Will take this code and it will turn it into the operation system machine language. That's why we call it write once, run anywhere. So you write code, and the Java virtual machine on the specific operation system will handle the runtime environment of that application. What Java virtual machine it does, in fact, it's starting by it loads the code. You give it a code, so it will load it, verifies that code is valid, you have no issue, this is part of the security as well, everything is okay, there is no issue, it will execute the code for you. It's provide as well the runtime environment for the specific operation system machine language. That takes us for the next component, it will be Java Runtime Environment, JRE. Java Runtime Environment, it contains the libraries and software needed by your Java programs to run. It doesn't make difference where and which operation system, it will be the same. It will have the Java virtual machine for that specific operation system. No need for you to be a developer to install it. In fact, it could be installed already in your operation system by some other applications, or maybe you needed it, or it depends on the necessity of the Java Runtime Environment, because Java Runtime Environment is not for developers. In fact, it is for the application to run. So how it works? You have the Java application, you have the Java Runtime Environment. Inside Java Runtime Environment, you will find the Java Virtual Machine and the libraries which are responsible for running these applications, and some other files if they are necessary for running this Java application. And then you have on the other hand operation system, it's whatever what you are using. Java application, it's getting into the Java Runtime Environment. The virtual machine inside the Java Runtime Environment will load and work with this application. Then it will send the end result of the file to the operating system. So operating system is going to display you the results on your screen, or the calculation, or depends on what you're looking for. That takes us to the third and the most important component for developers, which will be JDK, Java Development Kit. From the name itself, it's Development Kit, which means that without it as a developer, you will not be able to write any Java code. There are a lot of Java version nowadays, so you pick up the specific language and version which you are going to use, then you develop it using the IDE which in your favor. What is Java Development Kit? It has all the libraries and software needed by you as a developer to develop application or an application. You write the application using the specific libraries as a helper for you. You can consider it your dictionary. If you learn a foreign language, you need a dictionary to learn to know which word you need to use. The development kit similarly, it's a dictionary for the developer to pick up the right order and command to develop your application. So it contains the JRE, Java Runtime Environment, for the specific operation system. It's so important for developers. Here is the building block of JDK. You have the JDK is the main frame of your development kit. Inside this development kit, you will have some development tools. It will be used by you as a developer. You have the Java Runtime Environment, and then inside the Java Runtime Environment, you'll have other file, libraries, and JVM as well. You download this JDK, you will find all the necessary tools to start developing your application. So you have Oracle JDK, you have open source JDK. So totally is up to you. The difference between Oracle and OpenJDK is that Oracle is licensed in some of the versions and OpenJDK is not licensed, but Java developers community are huge, and for sure you will find answers for any questions that you have. So as a developer, remember you need Java development kit in your machine. If you don't know how to install it, we made one episode of how can you install the environment variable for Java development kit JDK to start developing your application. I will leave a link video in the description box, or if you watch on YouTube you can find it somewhere on the top of the screen. That will take us to the Java development workflow, how it works, how you are as a developer making the workflow of your application. Let's imagine the next image. You are here, developer sitting writing your code. You have already all of your environment is sitting and ready to work. You write your code. After you finish writing your code into this main.java. So after you finish writing your source code, you save it, and then we do something we call it compile it. Compile it, Java has a compiler. The compiler responsibility, it will take this source code main.java, compile it, change it into a middle language, we call it bytecode, to produce a brand new file, we call it main.class. So the difference here you can see, main.java is your human readable high level language which you write some understandable English phrases to develop your application. Java compiler will take this source code and turn it into a middle language bytecode for the machine, which contains all the instructions of how to run this application on any virtual machine. It doesn't make difference in which operation system. The JVM will get this bytecode and it will load it, verify it, link it, some specific stuff it will do. If everything is okay, there is no issue, there is no error, you will get results of your code, and here we are, your application is running and everything is okay. So that's the workflow, how can you develop your application. Now we are moving to compiler, bytecode and the class file, but we will leave this for the next episode, so stay tuned. Wait for the upcoming videos. If you have any question, please leave it in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer your question. Thank you so much for your time and for your listening. Peace be upon you.